Good day, everyone. This is Michael Chadwick from Fidelio ERP Cloud. So today I want to present to you first series webinar for our new audience. What we're going to talk about today is how to, select an ERP system. So I will introduce myself and our company as well. So my name is Michael Chadwick. I work for Fidelio ERP as a senior business analyst for 18 years now. So Fidelio ERP is a full-scale ERP solution for food and beverages companies. So we help our clients to grow faster with a user-friendly side of an ERP. So this is maybe what sets us apart from other ERP systems. So it's really visual, really easy to implement and to use, really user-friendly, and it's tailored for all of the F&B industry. So whether that you are a distributor or you do transformation or you do both, Fidelio is the right solution for you. So today's program, we're going to look at what are the common challenges and how ERP software can help. And then a step-by-step guide to help you select your solution. So step one, you need to assess your business needs. Step number two, really important, plan your budget. Then step number three, determine essential functionalities for a food business in terms of what you're looking for an ERP. Step number four, how to handle demonstration with potential suppliers. And step number five, ensure that your ERP project will be a success and how, or maybe hints to maximize your ROI. My colleague Hode is there in the chat. So if you have any questions, you can, type them in the chat or in the Q&A. And also be sure that the replay of this webinar will be sent out to you in the upcoming days. So let's start right away. So what are the common challenges and how an ERP software can help? Well, most of the time, what I see in my practice meeting with my clients in the food and beverages industry, challenges would be around all of the compliance, law traceability, recall exercise and whatnot. The margins are really narrow, so you have to make sure that you're, producing at the right price and selling at the right margins. How can you reduce waste and optimize your stock for raw material? That's really key. Also, you have a tool that's going to help you manage all of the supply chain challenges. And most of the time, ERP, they don't have a quality control embedded to their solution, but this is also really key. So most of the time, on top of, looking at the inventory, the margins and all of that, of course, you have, quality record sheets and controls that have to be maintained. And that could be a challenge for some of the businesses. So how can ERP software help? Well, an ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planner. It means that, again, everything is tied within one main solution. And again, in our industry, you have like two types of ERPs. You have the ones like us, like Fidelio, that everything is integrated. So there's no need for any add-ons. And there are the other guys that would be most of the time brand names that are going to say, well, we have a core feature ERP, but to do all of the rest, we have apps that's going to connect to our, main structure. So again, it means that they don't really control or maintain the technology at the same pace at the same time. And you're going to be ending up dealing with multiple vendors. So at the end of the day, if you're looking for an integration, and stop worrying and using multiple software in your business, well, a core ERP that's integrated like Fidelio could really help you, because you're going to have your dashboards integrated. You're going to have, of course, anything that's tied to finance and accounting, sales. So either that you have a customer service desk, either that orders are coming through EDI transaction, maybe you have your customer's web portal. That's also a feature that we have. All of the compliance will be also integrated within Fidelio. Maybe you have to manage your employees, the payroll, time and attendance, and all of that. That's also a feature that we have. Of course, production. So master production schedule, resource planning, costing, quality control, and everything that's tied to inventory and warehousing. Also, that's really something that needs to be embedded within a core ERP solution. So this is how really the ERP can help. Everything will be in one single database, and all of the modules will be communicating in real time. So that's really key when you're looking for an ERP system. So step number one, you need to assess your business needs. So most of the time, common mistakes is, people were going to try that they're going to think that the ERP will solve all of their problems. Well, you have to, build a list and, make sure that those issues will be addressed first. So most of the time, you think you're ready or not to get an ERP solution. Well, are you looking at, re-entering the same data more than once? So manual processes that could be really error prone. Are your people in your business working in silos? So you have maybe the inventory manager, maybe you have the sales manager, maybe you have the production manager. Are those people working in silos with their Excel spreadsheet on the side, or they're working with one single tool that's going to give them information about what's going on in the entire business? Inventory management. So did it ever happen to you that you want to start a production, but the day you're supposed to start it, you realize that you're missing one key component of one raw material, or maybe you produce too much and then you have overstock. Maybe you're going to lose because of the shelf life of that product. So it's really key to have a good system for inventory. And also all, the compliance. Do you have something that's, again, integrating to trace your lot numbers, the quality status of those lots? Are they on hold? Are they released? What's going on if you have a recall exercise? Is it easy or is it complicated? So if one or more of those bullet points are giving you, hints, well, maybe it's time for you to think about acquiring an ERP software. And key indicators that your business is really ready to move forward to an ERP. Well, you're looking at businesses that maybe you were a startup a couple of years ago, but now you signed with major brands, and then you have a consistent growth and you want to expand. So expansion means that you need to have systems that's going to support that growth and expansions. Maybe your operation are more complex now, so managing that inside of an Excel spreadsheet maybe doesn't work anymore. Need for better data accuracy and reporting, so adding a solution with dashboards that's going to give you the information in real time, and also focus on what's important now with maybe alerts or tiles in your dashboard that are going to change colors to make sure that you focus on what's really important now. We talked about cost and margins and improving efficiency with the inventory management. So this is something that if you need to improve that, of course, an ERP software will help you with that. And again, compliance, inventory management, supply chain. When COVID struck, everybody had like kind of a wake-up call. But some businesses made changes, maybe some didn't. So now it's maybe the right time for you to move forward and do those changes with an ERP system. So one key part of the success of a good selection process for an ERP system is making sure that you are going to onboard in that project key people in your team to make sure that it's going to be a success. First, a success choosing the right ERP, but then afterwards, maybe choosing it is the easy part. After that, you need to implement the solution in your business while you're still, moving forward and doing your day-to-day basis work. On top of that, you need to implement a new solution. So first of all, you have to have a what we call maybe a sponsor of, the president has to back you on this, making sure that the decision is made by the board to move forward with a new system, and that sponsor needs to be really there for you to back that project. Then you're going to have a team leader or someone that's going to carry on, the project throughout all of the phases. So that person will be the lead, the key leader for you in the project of the new ERP system, and that person probably needs to know probably each department in your business to make sure that he's going to have a good understanding of getting the global picture of what needs to be going down when it's time to again select the right solution for you, but afterwards do the implementation part. And of course, there's always where you are standing now, but choosing a new solution is maybe you need to set goals and to say, well, this is the way we work now, but this is the way we want to work in the future. So having good people that will transport that message. Also, of course, you need to have everyone on board to do a commitment. So adding a selection committee, that's really key. What we suggest, like maybe have a champion for finance, one for sales, one for maybe inventory management, production. So all those people, they have a reality within your business that's maybe different. So getting there together and getting their ideas, and it's going to make sure for you to get the right solution for you. And at the end of the day, again, the change agent will be more when we're going to do, the implementation phase. So this is really key again to have change agent that's going to carry out the message, and the benefit of integrating a new solution. The what's in it for me and the elevator speech are really key with the change agent to make sure that after selecting the right ERP for you, then the implementation will be smooth. Key characteristic of team members, again, cross-functional knowledge, someone that's going to know, the business inside out, understanding the workflows, again, the processes throughout the business, making sure that the knowledge is there. When, again, you're going to be selecting those ERP systems, you need to have someone that's able to make the decision at the end of the day. Because if you give that task to someone that doesn't have the authority to make the final call, well, it's going to you're going to lose time on your end and also on the potential vendors. Be able also to have the skills to really analyze what's going on in the processes of your business. So why? Because at the end of the day, when the vendors are going to propose their solution, you need to make sure that what they're proposing to you will fit your business needs, and also that your company will have the capabilities and the team to be able to implement that system at the end of the day and use it efficiently. And at the end, communication, always skills that in a project like this is really important, because you're going to have exchanges back and forth with the potential vendors at the selection process, but afterwards, when you're going to implement the solution, you need to make sure that everybody has a common ground and everybody's on the same page, and the understanding is really great between the vendor and your company while implementing the solution. Maybe a last couple of points on that subject. We talked about, choosing the best thing for the selection process, but again, selecting the ERP is really the easy part. The other, well, we, do the implementation. You need to make sure that you're going to have all of the resources available for that project. What kind of resources? Well, of course, the budget. You're going to determine what is your budget for that entire project. Your team has to be available, and they're going to have also maybe support from other team members while they're going to work on the new ERP. Well, maybe some other team members will have to, compensate for other tasks that the ERP team should be doing, on a daily basis. So again, when you're going to go out there to choose your new ERP, the main focus is to, realistically say, well, this is really the 3 or 4 main objectives that I have for my business, what I want to gain and what I want to reduce with my new ERP. So I want to reduce my stock. I want to have information in real time. I want to optimize my stock management. I want to eliminate entering the data more than once. So if you're focusing on really 3 or 4 key objectives in your project, you're going to increase the chance of success during the implementation. If you want to do everything in one phase, believe me, with my 25 years of experience, that's not really a good idea. So really focusing on what is the high priority, and then afterwards, it's going to be continuous improvement with your ERP partner, and other phases will be there down the road. Be able to really quickly, when you're going to do your process mapping, identify what is deficient in your company. So maybe you're using too much Excel. Maybe you have really basic accounting software, or maybe it's a legacy ERP system that was there maybe when you bought the company. So maybe you're still using a lot of paperwork. So what we need to do when you're going to, look at other potential solution, you have to make sure that, technology-wise, it's 2024, all of the modules are there, and still there's always going to be Excel, but Excel will be a tool outside of the ERP, maybe to push data or to mass import data in the system. Excel should not be your inventory management system, or Excel should not be your production planning tool. All of that needs to be in the ERP. And in the food industry, sometimes we have to, integrate with other partners or other solutions. So again, if you're doing business with all of those major guys, Costco, Walmart, and all of the major chains, at a certain point, you're going to have to do EDI transactions. So making sure that your ERP solution is able to do that. More and more, we have 3PL partnerships in the supply chain, getting to know that does the new ERP will be able to connect to those 3PL partners is also really something that needs to be taken into consideration while you're selecting your new solution. Plan your budget. So what needs to be in your budget? Making sure that maybe there's, the cost of the solution, but maybe outside costs. Maybe you're gonna hire a consultant to help you. The time of your employees, because you're going to be being able to, as I said, they're going to work on the ERP project, but still they have a job. And also look at if someone is, proposing you still in 2024 an on-premise solution, well, that's more cost. Well, nowadays, all of the, good solutions will be SaaS, cloud-based. Means that with your, SaaS option, everything will be included. Of course, you're going to have the implementation fees on top of your subscription for the software. And sometimes if you need customization, maybe you should, get a small piece of your budget for those customization. And don't forget, sometimes it's only the tip of the iceberg. When you're going to be analyzing your budget and your cost to do your ROI chart, well, be sure that everything that's maybe something you don't take into consideration, what the new ERP will bring. Maybe you're going to have less of relaunch of production. Maybe your loss of sales will be decreased, longer cycle time. So be sure that when you're going to do that micro analysis of all of the real costs, go underneath and not only look at the tip of the iceberg to make sure that everything is in there. So an example: initial costs, software licenses, implementation. If you have your consultant also, maybe that's something to integrate. Ongoing costs. So if it's not a real pure SaaS solution, sometimes people will ask on top of your subscription of a maintenance contract. That's not the case with Fidelio. Everything is included in your subscription. Maybe you have new people to train and you want to, get the consulting fees on that. Well, that's maybe something that you want to budget as well. And of course, a subscription. Hidden costs, sometimes you need to maybe do scenarios. Well, do I need more customization? Is there any downtime? What's the solution for the hosting? Is it like a brand name or they're proposing me some dark solution that's not out there on the market, and all of the data migration that needs to be done. So that is giving you a real outline of a complete budget for an ERP project. Step number 3, determine really key essential functionalities for a food business. So again, when you're choosing an ERP, like I said, it's more than one phase. So you're gonna have your must-have and then the nice-to-have. The must-have, they need to be validated during the demos, and you need to make sure that this is your key list that you're going to do, and you're going to check every box when you're going to have your demos. And to make really quick examples, well, some of the functionalities that is maybe a must-have for you. You want dashboards in real time. Maybe you want to be able to ship your schedule, anything that's tied to tracking the shipments. Maybe you need to have a really good pricing solution, because in the food business, there's promotions, there's rebates, there's over and above. So there's all kinds of stuff that needs to be taken into consideration. And again, inventory management. So these are examples. So you're going to do your own lists. And also, the solutions now, they need to be intuitive, user friendly. So if it's like, for example, it's complicated to only like do the flow of an order entry all the way down to shipping it and creating the invoice, if you have like multiple screens and you don't see it and you don't feel what's going on, well, that's really a simple process. You can imagine when you're going to go into your production planning, what it's going to look like. So really focus on functionality. Some of something that's going to be maybe good for you if you hire a consultant, well, they're going to have what we call the RFP, request for proposal. And those consultants that really know all of the ERPs out there, they're going to say, well, if the guy doesn't have this in his system, well, forget about it. It's not it's not going to be good enough for you. So sometimes that's really a helping tool. But if you do your own list and you make sure that you cross every box, that could be good as well. How to handle, the demonstration with the suppliers. So what we talked about is, you do your list, you have your team, all of that. You go out there, you search for a good solution. But for the demos, what we suggest is to narrow down your list to maybe 3, maximum 4 solutions, because again, it's going to take your time. And then you want to go down to maybe 2 finalists. So how to handle demonstration? You need to be sure, once again, are you dealing with the owner of the solution or you're dealing with a reseller? So that's something that maybe you want to look for and, ask good questions. You need to clearly outline what you want to achieve from the demonstration. So again, having a list, providing that list, what is critical to your business, and create a script, to be able to see a real, day in the life flow of operation that's going to include all of those key features that are really important for your business. And also, resist of the wow factor. So some vendors out there were going to talk about everything about what's important for you. They're going to talk about what is good for them. So, keep in mind that at the end of the day, you need to be able to get your orders, have your priorities on a real-time dashboard, making sure that you're tracking your inventory, your lot number, your margins, and all of that. So really keep the focus on what's important. Best practices for the demonstration. Have an interactive session. So if the vendor comes to you and say, well, I'm talking and you're not able to ask questions, or he's coming with a slideshow or PowerPoint or whatnot, you have to make sure that the demo will be in a real-time system with real data and whatnot. And you're gonna have to be able to ask questions on the fly, to make sure that when he's presenting to you that process, it's gonna make sense for you. Again, real world scenarios. So if you're in the food business and I don't know, the guy that's showing you the ERP is showing you, a vacuum cleaner shop factory, well, it doesn't make sense. So again, you need to have real world scenarios that's going to be tied with your business. Focus also and ask at the end of those demos, on your committee, the user interface, the user experience, so ask questions when you're going to do your debrief. What was the perception of the user experience for, your future user of the new ERP system? Sometimes also, we at Fidelio really emphasize on that, ask questions. Sorry about that. Ask questions about what is the implementation process. Okay, so they need to be sure that they have a roadmap. What are the steps? What is going on within the implementation process? So this is really key. Okay, and also ask about his expertise in the food business. So does that ERP for his core clients are in the food business, or it's one out of many? Why? Because when it's going to be, down to the crunch, when you're going to do the implementation, if someone doesn't know what is EDI, what is recall exercise, what is the difference between a lot that is on hold or a lot that is on release, so, having the expertise within the team that's going to, implement the ERP with you, and if that solution is core, if it's an ERP that's tailored for the F&B businesses, it's going to make a huge difference. Ensure that your ERP is a success and maximize your ROI. So we talked about it earlier in the previous slides. Again, common mistakes. Someone's going to make a decision without consulting the team, not using the same, list with the checkbox to evaluate based on the same criteria, minimizing the time and effort required to implement the system. So like I said, choosing ERP is the easy part. After that, making the implementation, it requires time. So if a vendor comes to you and say, well, it's going to be a walk in the park, it's like installing an app on your phone, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's going to take time and effort to make sure that the system will work for you. And again, If on top of that, the vendor of the solution is presenting you the roadmap and the project management and the tools and the documentation and the training videos, it's going to show you that there's a lot of stuff to do within an ERP implementation. If the guy during the demos keeps saying no problem, we can do that, and is not showing it to you, well, that's a problem. Okay, so really make sure that when they're saying no problem, well, you say, well, yes, it's a problem. I want to see it. I want you to show me that functionality. Again, people showing up with a PowerPoint rather than a real ERP software, for me, doesn't cut it, because again, you want to see real data moving, a real process within a real system. Again, the wow effect, or buzzwords or flavor of the month. Well, starting from I want a solution that everything is integrated, and the guy keeps talking about that they are in over 100 countries and they are using AI. Well, yeah, that's great. Like today, all of the systems are using AI, but does that really are going to help you when a customer calls or when you need to negotiate a new price and you need to know the margins right away in your dashboard? So this is really, again, focus on real life situation functionalities. And if they want to impose to you the scenario of the demo, and that doesn't fit on your criteria that you want to validate, again, for me, that's a red flag right there. So be sure that in the demo plan, maybe they can propose something to you, but making sure that all of the list of functionalities that you want to validate, they need to be in that demo plan. The automation of your processes is essential. So a couple of testimonial right there from two of our clients. One is a distributor, the other one is a client that operates 2 bakeries with us. So the way we see it is that, again, the key for them is the system. The ERP Fidelio is really intuitive. Everything is integrated, and it makes their life easier. So again, either if you're a distributor or you have bakeries or any food plant transformation, this is what some of our clients are saying about us. Forward, maybe a short Fidelio overview just to show you the interface I was talking to you about. So if I switch now to this screen here, so you see my my dashboard in real time. So like I said, really intuitive. You have tiles on top, you have graphs and lists at the bottom part. You can switch from one dashboard to the other with a simple drop-down list. So some of those KPIs could be the same, some could be different. So you're going to be able to build those dashboards, be able to drill down the information in those tiles, going back to one dashboard to the other really quickly and easily. Being able to have multiple windows within the same web page. So if I open up my tile, I want to double click on a form, it's going to open up a new form for me. Then at the end of the day, if I want to go and look at this customer file, I can click on it. So unlike other ERP systems that are web-based that are going to open up multiple tabs, it's going to be in the same web page with Fidelio, so it's easier to keep the flow of the information of what you're looking for. In your dashboard, also being able to create on the fly reports that are pre-programmed, like for example, a sales and margins analysis. So you're going to be able to create those reports. The system will prompt them automatically for you. You're able to filter any column, any field. For example, if you're looking for a specific client, you only have to type the client's name. If you want to group or filter or sort any column, you're able to do it like you would be working in Excel. And talking about Excel, again, I told you Excel won't disappear, but it's going to be more of a tool to either look at data differently, so being able to export a grid to Excel really quickly, and at the end of the day, being able to also import data from Excel in the system. So it's really easy to manage all of those features in the system. And you're going to have main screen for all of your processes. So delivery management, customer management, purchases management, production management, where you're going to be able to see in one single screen all of your products, all of your bill of materials. You're going to be able to create forecasts to help you in your production planning. You're going to have a rolling planning master production that is rolling on a 12-month period. When you're going to do your planning, you're going to be able to see automatically all of the raw material that's needed for that planning and forecasting that you just did. So all of the information, again, is in real time, so it's easy for you to, focus on what is really important, what needs to be looked at, and all of this in that great visual interface that's really easy to go through and navigate. So, just wanted to show you a quick glance of, our ERP solution. So next step in our webinar, maybe you want to download our ERP selection guide. So the link will be in the chat. Again, the replay of this webinar also will be sent out to you guys, making sure that you can look at it and also download. There's more than the ERP selection guide on our website, tons of videos that we did, testimonials also from our clients and whatnot. So you go on that web page and be able to download the selection guide directly from this link. So now's the time. If you have any questions, feel free to ask questions in the chat or the Q&A, and be able to answer them. I don't know, Aude, if we have questions that came in from the audience.
No, so we don't have questions yet. So don't hesitate to use the chat to ask your questions. And otherwise, as Michael said, we're going to send you the replay within 24 hours through emails. But yeah, don't hesitate to ask your questions.
So we're going to wait for a few minutes. Again, it was a pleasure for me to do this webinar with you all today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the content was useful for you guys if you are into a selection process right now. So the do's and don'ts, and really, emphasizing on really what's important for your business and what kind of partner you want to have with that ERP project.
So no questions so far.
Okay, so maybe one more minute. So once again, thank you very much for joining me today. It was a pleasure for me to present to you this webinar. Feel free to contact us at any time if you have a project, if you have questions, if you want to have an overview of our ERP solution. So thank you very much once again, and enjoy the rest of the day, everyone. Thank you.